Well, hello there. Thank you for joining me. I created this project a while ago, and it basically was done with a transfer and chalk paste. So this is chalked on a chalkboard, so it's fully erasable. I also had chalked some foam pieces and cut out the lemons and the leaves. They're actually made out of foam. But I had a plaid ribbon up at the top, kind of going for a bit of a farmhouse look, and it just wasn't doing it. So I know I needed to add something else, but unfortunately I didn't have the ribbons that I needed to create the look that I wanted. Now I had this black and white stripe that I thought would go great with it, and I'm going to create a messy bow using this ribbon and some other ribbons. But bear in mind, I didn't have everything I needed when this started. So I'm going to show you how I resolved my issue of not having the appropriate colored ribbons to make this messy bow. Here I've just cut the different pieces, different lengths, different widths. I'm crisscrossing them over each other, and then I'll just tie them all together for the perfect messy bow. But here's where it got a little sticky. I, oddly enough, didn't have any yellow ribbon. Now seriously, with all the ribbon I have, and believe me, I've got spools upon spools, unfortunately, I didn't have any yellow ribbon, and I wasn't going to make a trip to the craft store just for some yellow ribbon. So I'm going to show you how I created my own yellow ribbon in a bit. So I'm tying up my messy bow, which is so easy to make. If you have a problem with bows, just go for a messy bow. Just cut your different pieces, different lengths, use a bit of variety, cinch them in the center, and you're done. I mean, look at how simple and quick that was. Now I'm going to tie the black and white stripe around the frame and then add my messy bow. And here I'm doing a little bit of trimming just to get the right look to it. But I think this looks much better than the plain plaid that I had initially. So I just kind of went along fine-tuning my bow. I needed to trim a little bit, notch the ends a little, and fluff it up a bit. Just get the kind of look that I was going for with it. But as you can see, doesn't it brighten up the whole project? It really, really needed that pop of yellow. But remember, I didn't have any yellow ribbon. So that was my dilemma. But I created my own, and I'm going to show you exactly how you could create your own colored ribbon to coordinate with any of your projects very quickly, easily, and it's basically foolproof. If only I had known this years ago, then I wouldn't have such an abundance of ribbon. Seriously, it makes it so much easier. All you really need to do is have a base color that you can change and color to whatever you need for a specific project. It's that simple. A little bit of time, and voila, create your own. Now here I'm going to actually attach it to my black and white stripe ribbon that I'm going to wrap around the frame. And then I'm going to show you how to create your own colored ribbon. Doesn't matter what color, but it'll perfectly coordinate with all your chalk projects, and it is so simple and easy. Basically, all you need is a light or white ribbon, and here I'm going to be using two actually different widths of ribbon, some chalk paste, water in a container. Now I'm using a little glass bowl here to do this in, but in retrospect, I'd probably just put it in a Ziploc bag of some sort, some kind of baggie. Less clean up and easier to mix things up. So I'm taking a dab of my Bumblebee yellow chalk paste. Our chalk paste is water soluble. I'm adding some water to it and mixing it up. If you want a lighter shade of the color, add more water. If you want a darker shade, add less water. Basically, you could create multiple shades of the same color. And after I have it fully mixed, I'm just cutting the ribbon, putting it in my little glass bowl, and mixing it around so that it absorbs the chalk paste, the diluted chalk paste. That's really all that it was, all I had to do. Once I had everything coated, I pulled the strips out of the little bowl, set them aside to dry, and once dry, I could add them to my project. Wasn't that quick and easy? Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your opinions on this little project.